Coming to you from Giltrap Group, fast cars, celebrities and Gran Turismo 7. What more could you want? This is the GT7 Celebrity Race-Off. I'm Cara Rickard, coming to you from Giltrap Group, and welcome along to the GT7 Celebrity Race-Off, broadcasting live across Aotearoa. For the next hour or so, we're going to be putting some of New Zealand's top athletes and personalities through their paces in the latest instalment from the Gran Turismo series, GT7. Let's check it out.
This is more than a race. It's a journey. Find your passion. Find what drives you. Find your line.
This is more than a race. Find your line with Gran Turismo 7 as it brings together the very best features from 25 years of the real driving simulator. Prepare for the drive of your life. That's right, GT7 is out now exclusively on PS4 and PS5, so make sure you grab yourself a copy. All right, it's nearly race time, but before we hit the track, I want to talk you through what's going to happen this evening. Each celebrity will be stepping into a GT7 race car and giving it their all across 2 international tracks, the high-speed Ring Full Course and Daytona. Each race consists of 15 laps, with the top racers scoring points. The racer with the most points after both races will be crowned our inaugural GT7 Race-Off champion and receive $5,000 for the charity of their choice. What an incredible night of racing we have in store for you. A big welcome to everyone tuned in on Twitch and Sky Sport, and also a big welcome to 4-time Bathurst 1000 winner and all-round general Kiwi motorsport legend Greg Murphy. How are you?
Oh, thanks, Cara. I'm great. Great to be here. I'm really excited. I love this game. I just love Gran Turismo. Been a fan of it my entire Gran Turismo history, right the way back to GT1. It's just a fantastic driving sim, and loving that other people are loving it as well. Can't wait to see how all our superstars go tonight.
Yeah, it's a bit different to what you would normally be commentating though, right?
Just a
Still
little bit.
got cars though.
Just a bit of virtual kind of, reality stuff, but great cars, exciting cars. It is full of just the most beautiful, amazing bits of machinery, stuff that I would love to have in my garage, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, there's over 400 cars from over 60 places around the world that you could drive in Gran Turismo. All right, let's check out who our celebrities racing this evening are. We've got Sarah Walker. Now, she won the last GT5 charity event, and you were there, weren't you?
I was there to see her do it. I mean, this lady knows how to prepare. Of course she does. She's an Olympic BMX medalist, 3-time world champion of the sport of BMX. I mean, it's amazing to see what she does in her concentration and her commitment to whatever she's doing. And she will be very fast this evening.
She'll definitely know how to take a corner or two as well.
Yes, she will.
All right, next up on our celebrity list of races, Guy Mansell, radio personality and producer for The Rock's Morning Rumble. Now, I know that him and his lovely wife had just had a baby, and he's at home doing dad duty. So I reckon he's been practicing a lot. What do you reckon?
I reckon dad duty's probably coming second at the moment for Guy, getting ready for tonight. And he's a bit of a fan of Gran Turismo as well. He's had it since Gran Turismo 2, which is a very long time ago.
He also said that he's basically driven Kit from Knight Rider because he high-fived David Hasselhoff.
I don't know what that's got to do with anything.
No, neither do I. All right, William Wairua is the next racer this evening. Professional morale booster. You might have seen him hopping around the country on the AM show, giving the weather to people. Now, he did actually say to me today that he hasn't had much time practicing, so I'm not sure how he's going to do.
I think we'll just wait and see on that one, but I'm sure it'll be entertaining regardless, considering his background.
Yes, I definitely think so. All right, now up next, Sheifu. He's an absolute gaming veteran. He has been playing Gran Turismo since the first release on PS1, or just the PlayStation. So it's the benchmark of racing games for him. I think he's going to do pretty well.
Yeah, but he did say that he got thrashed in that competition by Sarah Walker, however many years ago that was. That's a little way ago from my memory. But yeah, can't wait to see how he performs. He's got a favourite track, Tokyo Expressway. That is a tricky racetrack. So,
all right, well, we'll see how he goes. Next up on our list, New Zealand rugby star and Olympic gold medalist Portia Woodman. What do you think about her favourite track, which is the Tokyo Route 246?
Yeah, these guys, they love the really difficult street circuits, the tough ones. What I do also like there is a favourite car, Nissan GTR. Now, if you're a car fan and you love car culture, that one fits right into a serious top 10 list every day of the week.
And I wonder if the fact that she's playing against her wife this evening is causing any drama in her house, because next up on the list of celebrities is her wife, also rugby superstar Renee Whitcliffe. Her favourite car, Lamborghini Huracan.
Good taste. Favourite driver, Ayrton Senna. That's impressive too.
He's amazing. Favourite track, the Red Rock Valley Speedway. So there'll be bragging rights in that household this evening, depending on whether Renee or Portia take out the title. Next up on our celebrity racer list, Lady Hawk. Now, she has her own Twitch stream. She games a lot. And she is another one who's been playing Gran Turismo since she got a PS1.
Yeah, Gran Turismo 2. I mean, that's way back 1999 or 1980 or something like that. I mean, that is incredible.
I'm very bad at maths, but that's a 20. Is it 21 years?
22. Like 20 more. It's 23.
So she has been playing Gran Turismo for a long time, and I'm sure she's going to do well this evening. Caleb Clark comes in at number 9 on our celeb list this evening. Favourite track, Daytona, which is good because they will be actually racing on the Daytona track.
I think he might have just said that because he knew he was going to be racing on the Daytona track.
He's trying to lull everyone into a false sense of security.
What I do like, interesting facts, Lightning McQueen inspires him. Not in Gran Turismo 7, Lightning McQueen, but still. He's a fan.
All right, so he likes that. He's got a need for speed then. And the final celebrity racer this evening is founder and brand director of clothing label Huffer. Loves cars, and he's also an ambassador for Audi. I actually saw on his Instagram last night he was out at Mount Smart hooning around in the new Audi RS3.
Jeez. Getting some serious little bit of practice in, some real life practice.
Yeah, but does real life practice from your experience translate to playing the game?
I'm sure it does in some way, shape or form, but they are still very, very different. But anyway, good luck to them.
All right, and rounding out our list of celebrity racers this evening is award-winning, record-breaking producer and rapper Kings. Now, he's in his own words, a hardcore gamer.
Yeah. I hope this pays off for him because, I mean, you can't be good at everything, and he's obviously clearly good at music. So how's he going to go playing GT7 tonight?
Yeah, and he's just actually finished his album and said that the gap that he's been having in recording his album has been downtime playing GT7. So I'm excited to see how all of our races go this evening. Now, we are lucky to have one of them online with us this evening for a chat. Portia Woodman, how are you?
No audio.
I'm good.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
She turned it on.
Muted. I thought you would have had enough Zoom calls over all these lockdowns to know you got to unmute your mic.
Yeah, who would have thought?
How's the vibe in your whare, in your household this evening? Because, of course, you are playing against your wife.
Yeah, I think, like you said, there's a bit of bragging rights up for grabs tonight. So I'm going to have to give her my everything because for the last couple of days she's been smoking it up on that track.
So a couple of days. The two of you have been sitting there side by side racing each other for a couple of days. I mean, that puts high expectation on me on your performance.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you'll just have to wait and see.
Have you been playing Gran Turismo for a long time? Have you been a fan of it since the first editions of it came out?
Yeah, I remember playing it when my older brother had it, maybe in 1990 something, like maybe PlayStation 2 or something like that. So definitely upgraded since then, but I've been a fan of it since then for sure.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to your practicing and we wish you the best of luck in the race-off this evening, Portia.
Thank you, I'm going to need it.
Awesome.
Not a huge amount of confidence.
Well, I reckon she's just quietly confident, you know. She doesn't
Wow.
want to make everybody think that she's out there to win it, but...
We'll see how much love there is between them after this, depending on who wins or who's better than the other one,
Yeah,
won't
someone will definitely be bragging in the house. All right. Let's talk about the car that they're going to be racing
It's very
this
special.
evening. Yeah.
Look at it. Well, it's gorgeous for one thing. I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful car. So the Porsche 917 Living Legend, it basically is a tribute to the real Porsche 917 that was debuted in 1969. It's won a couple of Le Mans races, the 24-hour Le Mans. So a very, very famous race car in its time. And this is Porsche's, I suppose, new rendition, updated sort of model of it, concept car of it. And the actual paint job of it right there is the red and white paint job called the Salzburg livery. And it was taken directly from the 917 that won Le Mans back in 1970. So it's a beautiful tribute and just stunning in its new design philosophies that Porsche have done. So I mean, there's some interesting statistics there. Max power at 7,000 RPM, max torque at 2,500. I don't know exactly what the engine was supposed to be in that car, but turbo-powered motor as well. So
Is that a general weight for a car like that?
That's probably for a car like that. That's a general weight. A lot of cars these days are a lot heavier. There are some that are a little bit lighter, but it's just, I wish Porsche would actually manufacture this because it would just be absolutely stunning in real life to see a real one. Look at the interior, steering wheel, very futuristic. I can imagine only how fast it would be if it was real. It would be sensational.
Yeah, could you, how fast do you reckon it
Oh,
could
very
go?
fast. Let's just say very.
Just very, very fast. It is indeed a beautiful car,
Stunning.
and I'm sure that our celebrities will enjoy racing it this evening. All right. How are you predicting everyone is going to go? Like, honestly, as a professional race car driver, as someone who knows a lot about racing, if there were a couple of tips that you could give them this evening that might make them race faster or not crash so much, what would those be?
Well, I would say one, try not to win it on the first corner, okay? So don't try and just win it on the first corner and lose control of your vehicle straight up. Slow and fast out is a good one. There's Sarah Walker, look at her. She's getting all
ready
prepped.
to
She looks
go.
so prepared. Slow and fast out is a good one. So make sure you slow the car down into the corner and get a good fast exit off the corner. That's the go.
Shay is ready to go as well.
They are all ready and looking absolutely pumped. But, it's concentrating in GT7 or any game for the length of time that these guys and girls are going to have to concentrate is going to be quite a tough one, I reckon, on some of them.
Steve Dunstan there.
Set up.
They all look ready to go.
No, he's already enjoying himself.
Yeah, Caleb already sent me a message before saying he was going to smoke everyone. And William White over there, I'm not sure if those glasses will help with the game, but they do look cool. King's got a toothpick in his mouth. Must help with the concentration, I'm not sure.
I think it's super relaxed, that's for sure. Wow.
All right, let's take a look at the first track they will be racing on this evening.
It's a good one. It's an absolute classic in the Gran Turismo series, the high-speed ring. 1.9 miles, which equates to just over 3 kilometres. Now, it looks really simple, doesn't it? Only 6 turns on this racetrack, but it's a pretty wild combination. Turn 1, very, very fast, sweeping, banked corner. Then you arrive down at Turn 2, and you do need to get rid of a heap of speed to make it around Turn 2. bit of a combination through the right, left, and then a very fast sweeper into the final corner again. Pretty critical for a fast run down that the front straight there. So an awesome racetrack. I love racing on this one on Gran Turismo. As you can see, look at the shot there as a flyover. Very fast banked corners, a bit of a tunnel as well that you run through, and what's that, out of turn 4 and through turn 5 too.
Do you think that because of that long straight, people are going to have trouble coming into that first turn because they're just going to floor it and then have a major crash situation?
The fortunate situation around turn 1 is that it is a very fast corner and it's highly banked, so there's a lot of banking on it. So I think they should be okay turn 1. It'll be turn 2 that we're going to watch out for, which is a passing opportunity if they are on the money.
Yeah, when you look at the track, is there many passing opportunities that you can see?
Turn 1 probably also into turn 2, and then maybe also turn 3 as well. But setting yourself up onto that last corner, getting a good run onto the main straight and into the turn 1 banking is going to be key. But you know what? I can talk and talk and talk as much as I like, but waiting to see where these ladies and gentlemen are going to be able to get it done. I'm sitting here with bated breath because I'm excited about what is about to happen. Chases Sarah Walker and Caleb Clark, who are side by side.
Renee's also had the fastest lap so far as well.
Great work.
Sarah Walker, though, still maintaining that lead.
Look at Caleb, concentration.
He is. He's trying to go for the overtake. Can't. She's driving so defensively.
She's in the toe. He's in the toe. 6th gear. He's doing a bit of a dance in his chair. He's I don't know if is he cocky or confident?
I think he's confident.
7th gear up the inside of Sarah Walker. Feeds her high. What a move.
Incredible move from Caleb Clark.
Hits the fence on the way through. Sarah's car's, how come her car's black? Anyway, it's good. We can pick her out. So she's in the fence again, high on turn 2. On board again with Renee Whitcliffe.
As we said before. Oh, now Sarah Walker has had the fastest lap. Previously it was Renee. Renee coming up behind Shay Fu.
Got a bit of a lean on there, Renee.
Look at this fight going down between Caleb Clark and Sarah Walker.
I don't know if she was upset about the way Caleb is attacking this race or just laughing at him because she's beating him. I'm not quite sure which one it was. Caleb, a bit loose, very loose, coming onto the front straight. Again, in the toe. Got his eyes fixed on the back of Sarah Walker's Porsche.
They really have...
Best lap, Caleb Clark.
Oh.
104. So that's sort of set the tone there at the moment. You can see the time on the dash there inside Caleb's 917 Porsche. 7th gear.
It really looks like... as we come into that turn.
Oh!
Trying to take the inside, but couldn't quite get around Sarah Walker's car.
Good concentration going on there. Actually, Sarah's now taking the fastest lap, 103.9. Look at the back of her car at 2nd place, Caleb Clark, who's just gone underneath her at turn 4. They are rubbing the doors. Caleb's going off.
But she's just not letting him have it. She will not let him go past.
She has got the wings out. Runs a little bit wide through the last corner until we see Caleb getting a run. She's got a little bit of a lead, probably half a second lead at the moment as she goes across the line to complete lap 4 onto lap 5. Another very fast time by Sarah Walker.
The rest of the guys in the back, Renee Whitcliffe, is doing much better than her fellow rugby teammate Portia Woodman and wife, who's down there in number 7. King's at the back of the pack as well. It really is a race between Sarah Walker, Caleb Clark and Renee Whitcliffe.
Here we go. Watching with them Wairoa. Concentration aplenty is Sarah. She looks like she's doing it quite easy at the moment. Caleb trying very, very hard to get back into the race with her, but she's got about, 1.1 second lead currently.
That's quite a lot too, isn't it?
That's a decent amount.
Yeah.
But now it comes into the whole concentration of being able to maintain that pace, maintain the lead, stay on the track, not hit the Armco barriers, not go off the road. Caleb now just lost another couple of tenths of a second. Lap 5, about to finish lap 5, start lap 6.
And it can all change in an instant too, right?
Oh,
You
it
could be
does.
leading the race for most of it, for something bad to happen at the end and just be overtaken. Or a crash.
As they say, it's not over to, fat lady as she sings.
I am actually quite surprised at the lack of crashes that we've had so far. I was predicting quite a few.
A bit more practice being had than maybe what we were led to believe.
Yeah,
New
I think
fastest
so.
lap of the race
I
for
think
Sarah
that
Walker.
all of them telling us that they hadn't practiced much was just lies.
Potentially the truth. No one wants to admit, though, right, that they have been sitting at home
For a whole week.
for the last week just in front of their PlayStation and getting used to Gran Turismo 7.
But that's what you also have to expect with professional athletes,
And that's the thing, they're very competitive. There's a lot of damage on a lot of these cars.
Are they going to last till the end?
I don't know, Renee Whitcliffe there, holding out third position. Choi Fu, not far behind. We're talking about less than a second behind at the moment as it comes on to the front straight. Power down, fourth gear in the Porsche 917. He's got a massive grin on his face. He's loving this.
He
Absolutely
is.
loving it.
Can't quite catch Renee Whitcliffe though.
So his last lap time there, I think was a 1:05 for Choi Fu.
No one has beaten Sarah Walker's fastest lap, which was a 1:03.
Now I can guarantee Sarah has been spending and putting the time in. She's one of the most competitive people I think I've ever met. She has done a little bit of actual car racing, but a speedway, and was incredibly good in such a short period of time. She adapted so well behind the wheel of a real race car. No surprise, to be honest. On board again. So Sarah, that gap though has come down a little bit. So just around a second. It's fluctuating a little bit between her and Caleb Clark. And we've now just got around 10 laps to go. I don't know who's she laughing at.
Are you laughing at us?
Watch the track. Watch the screen, Sarah. Concentrate. So she just did a 1:04 and pulled out an 0.8 of a second. I think it was over Caleb. So doing it quite easy, using some very, very wide lines.
Oh, there's a battle on.
The race is on for third
and
place.
Fourth.
Oh, there's no love lost between these two.
No, and for the first time in the race, I think Shay has just overtaken Renee. Can Renee get that third place spot back?
I love watching the gamers when they're on the track and they're driving and they lean
know,
over. When they're using the control, look, Renee's leaning into the right hand and out. Yep.
There's two kinds.
It's definitely helping.
Yeah, there's two kinds of Gran Turismo players. Those who move their whole body and those who just move the controller. I'm definitely a whole body mover when I drive. I'm not sure it helps though.
I actually don't know if I do or not, to be honest. I probably do. But now I'm going to have to actually check myself next time I'm playing.
Get someone to monitor it. All right, Shei Fu is in third place. The rest of the pack, though, William Wairua at the back, and Porsche Woodman Kings and Guy Mansell.
It's a hell of a lead that the two, first and second placeholders, have got over the final spot on the podium, currently being held down by Choi Fu. Renato Whitcliffe. Just an absolute.
And we are halfway through the race. 8 laps to go.
So she is just a picture of concentration at the moment, trying to get that spot back, trying to go for that final spot on the podium. There's
Here
Guy
comes
Mansell.
Guy Mansell.
Has he been catching them?
I think he has. He's coming up behind Renee Whitcliffe. Let's see if he can make a move.
Looking smooth. Nice turn there by Guy. Turn 4. Again, another picture of concentration. Through the right-hand kink, heading up towards the final corner. Turn 6 and onto the long front straight. He's on the gas nice and early. That's a good line. That's a very good line by Guy. He's got a very good run. That gap from Renee back to Guy just now coming under a second. And that was his best lap. So he's starting to put it together late in the piece. Still 7 laps remaining.
Does that happen sometimes? Sometimes you just need a few laps to get a feel for the track.
It does, and also when you've got a little carrot dangling in front of you, as he does at the moment, he can see he's getting a little bit closer to Renee. So will he be able to maintain that concentration, keep the laps going, And Renee needs to make sure that she doesn't look in the mirror too much to see what's going on behind her. But she is under some pressure now. That is basically a nothing gap. He gives her a bit of a touch too. Lets her know that he is there.
Brake checking.
And this is giving Chauffeur an opportunity to get away. So he's skipped away now and got a bit of relief. There he is, just turning into turn 6. Now, does Guy get a good run this time through the final corner? He does. Renee gets up on the curb. Now, Guy's up on the curb. Doesn't use all the track on the exit. Look, he's frustrated. See, this is what we're talking about, the concentration. Made a little mistake, lost a bit of time, and that's let Renee off the hook just for another lap. We're counting down, 11 laps done. This is the battle. Battle right at the front.
Oh, he's William Wairua about to get lapped by Caleb Clark. He's already been lapped by Sarah Walker.
He's making it difficult.
He is.
He's making it difficult. It's not easy.
Which is just extending the lead for Sarah as well.
I think she's cruising.
Caleb's just not going to be able to catch her.
Come on, Caleb. Get it in there. Yep.
Yeah,
nice
that's
move.
it.
Underneath at turn 6, the final turn. Yeah, he loves that. He loves that.
Good work.
Bit of a job to do. That gap, 2 seconds, as Sarah Walker crosses the line to complete another lap. So on lap 12 now.
Smiling as she does it.
She's like an assassin.
Yeah, smiling assassin.
Yeah. She's thinking of the trophy. She's thinking of bragging rights.
Again, she'll be the 2-time
We'll never hear the end of it.
GT winner.
We'll never hear the end of it. Look at this. Guy, Mansell, Renee, side by side. Guy's not given up. He's managed to pull back the gap, looking for a way past through turn 1. Has he got underneath? He has.
Yes.
Renee has given him the position. Good control. Well done, Renee. Good control there, not to just fire into the side of Guy and feed him off the track.
Is he going to give Chauffeur a run for his money and try and take out that 3rd place
He's still got
spot?
time. He still has time.
He does. 5 laps to go.
He's getting it smooth. The concentration level is strong. The strength there in just maintaining a rhythm and holding it together is it's a challenging one. Absolutely challenging. So what's the gap? It's just now under, it's fluctuating between high 4s and just a low 5-second gap. He lost a few tenths just going through the last corner there. Did Guy. Renee's just dropped back off ever so slightly. On board with Renee's wife, Portia.
Oh, I love that Portia is using a controller like a steering wheel.
She's using the controller and the motion settings. So you actually hold the controller out in front of you. I love this about the new PlayStation 5 and Gran Turismo. Being able to use your controller as a motion sensor for your steering is fantastic. So that's the way I have been playing the game and loving it.
And it gives you, that DualSense controller as well, gives you a real feel, like if your tyres lock or if you start sliding, you can feel that vibration.
It's a thing called, for me it's new as well, the haptic feedback that it gives back through the controller, through the triggers, through the adaptive triggers, and it's amazing when you start to actually run over things, run over a curb or locking of the front wheel, it gives the vibration through the controller as well. So really, really sensory.
Yeah, a really accurate sense of the conditions of the car and the road surfaces.
So I'm really enjoying being able to use the controller in that way. So it does feel like you've got a steering wheel in your hand. Obviously, it's not connected to anything other than through the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi. But
it makes it all the more fun.
She is really, really laying down some lap times.
Has she lapped anybody else?
I don't think so. But that gap has now gone out to just over 4 seconds from Caleb Clark. So she's just got her rhythm going even more so. Fastest lap time, a 103.1. So she's been consistently down there in the low 103s, laying down those times. Caleb doing his absolute best. Not getting too frustrated. She keeps looking away over to the side there, Sarah Walker, so she's maybe got a little bit of support.
She's got an
from
audience maybe in there. She is about to lap someone else, I think.
She's coming up behind Portia. Here she comes. So the blue flag has been shown to Portia. How about that? Haven't seen that on GT before, but Portia gets out of the way, lets Sarah go. It's very, very courteous of her. to do that. And then hopefully Porsche might be able to get on the back of Sarah and actually look at a few things, a few lines and different particulars that she might be doing to pick up the game a little bit and learn some stuff.
Follow her lead. Look at that. She's just so happy, smiling away.
So happy.
Smashing everyone.
She's in a happy place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So through the final corner onto the front straight. This is lap 15, so we're not far away.
Do we think anyone's going to catch her?
No, we don't. We don't. I think Willie Wairua, he is struggling. He's out in the marbles, out in the dirty stuff on the outside of the circuit.
I think he should maybe, for the next race, take the glasses off. Might
You
be
think that's the
helpful.
problem?
I think so.
He's using the Armco really a lot to get himself around the racetrack.
And he's in the other group of players. Like Porsche is the one moves the body, move the hands. He's not
He's not moving. Is he actually,
at all.
He looks like a robot.
Is he playing?
Is someone else actually playing for him? He's just sitting there. I'm sure. They're very distracting, those glasses. Very distracting.
Whatever works for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Sarah Walker still at the front. No one has beaten her fastest lap, which was 1:03.
She's on the penultimate lap. Caleb Clark's actually pulled back in a bit of time here. Is that gap really down to 2.8 seconds?
Oh,
Here we are,
wow.
on board with Caleb.
He is making a large.
She's playing with him.
A last-ditch effort on the last lap.
I think she's just. See? Pulled him into a false sense of security there, into the fence. Is that the gap? The gap is now down to under 2 seconds. So I think she's just actually leading him on as she goes to start the final lap, 17-lap race. Sarah Walker
is coming up the back though. Is he going to try and fight for that second place spot?
He's a little bit far behind. I think that was actually the lap car of Porsche Woodman that we saw there. Chefu, 17 seconds off second place. Caleb concentrating. Good line through turn 2. That's Sarah Walker making sparks just up ahead of him.
On the final lap, here we go.
So she was up against the Armco, went in pretty deep into turn 2. Maybe missed her braking marker ever so slightly, but she's managed to continue on. Look at the scrapes down the side of the 96 917. One corner remaining through the sweeper into turn 6, the banked turn 6, and onto the front straight.
Victory is all but Sarah's.
It's not over till it's over. She's smiling. She can see the finish line. Checkered flag is out. There's the final lap. Sarah Walker crosses the line. See the fist pump. The fist pump is up. Cara.
Congratulations, Sarah Walker. Caleb Clark not too far. And behind her.
She has bragging rights. Race 1. The high-speed ring. Gran Turismo 7. I wish I knew what Caleb Clark was saying.
I know.
Congratulations, Sarah Walker, the winner. She has taken off where she left off after winning the Gran Turismo 5 challenge a few years back, and she's back to it. So well done to her.
Yes, not surprising. We did predict right at the start that she was going to be the one to beat, and what an incredible race. And some amazing fights in there for position as well.
There were some good fights in there for position, absolutely. A little bit of toing and froing, right? You know, as someone makes a mistake, someone can see up ahead that someone's made a mistake, they push a little bit too hard, then they make a mistake themselves. So trying to be consistent, maintain that consistency is the key to success in the game, for sure.
Well, let's see if they can be more successful in our next race as we head to Daytona right after the break.
This is more than a race. It's a journey. Find your passion. Find what drives you. Find your line.
Gran Turismo is huge influence in my career. The artists behind the Gran Turismo series are creating concept race cars that mimics real-world race cars. So a lot of my work reflects the same exact style as those cars. For us right now to create an animated rendering, it'll take hours to days, sometimes to weeks, depending on how much detail we put into it. Gran Turismo does that with ease. So for people who want to get into that, they can use Gran Turismo as a way for them to practice. I imagine a world or a time where artists like me can actually utilize that feature of Gran Turismo and use that as a way to present our ideas and our designs. I'm John Sabal, and I'm a designer.
Kind of proud to say that I played the original Gran Turismo.
And being able to experience parts of the game that didn't exist back then, it's pretty cool.
It's really fun, shooting cars in Gran Turismo. And I could see how
Somebody who has never done photography to test that feature out and maybe get into photography after.
in terms of photography, I think you should just be limited by your creativity. You're fishing, you're hunting for that perfect moment. There's never a guarantee that you are gonna get something good, but just dedicate your time and the better your photos will get. Hi, I'm 13th Witness and I'm a photographer.
I got into collecting cars literally by this car that I'm leaning on. The Fuguzi, it was a 73 240 that I found off Craigslist. And after it was resurrected and it looked the way it does now, we pulled out the plates to go take a test drive. And the blue California plates happened to be 369HNZ, Hans Z. That's serendipitous. So every car that I put my heart into has paid me back a millionfold. I can't put a monetary value on it because how do you put a value on all the shared experiences I've had with all these amazing people in my life? I'm Sung Kane, and I'm a collector.
Kia ora and welcome back to the GT7 Celebrity Race-Off. What a first race we had this evening. It was incredible. And a massive welcome to everyone watching on Sky Sport and Twitch. What did you think of that first race there?
Yeah, recently entertaining, Curry. Yeah, Sarah Walker clearly absolutely had the eyes on for that race at High Speed Ring, and she got the job done. Caleb Clark put on a great effort. He did fight very, very hard to try and stay in touch with Sarah Walker to grab that top spot on the podium, but he came home in second place.
Yeah.
Che Fu was impressive, though.
Yes.
He fought hard.
Yeah,
all the
and
way
Renee
through.
Whitcliffe as well. There was
Yeah.
a bit of a battle in the middle of that pack. But you know what? Someone who didn't do very well, I think he got lapped twice, is William Wairua. Mate, what happened?
Look, Cara, I didn't get lapped twice, okay? I got lapped once by everybody.
Are you sure?
I got lapped once by every single player, so that's different.
So you got lapped like 9 times then. What is your strategy for the next race?
Well,
Do better.
I'm gonna, yeah, exactly. Slow and steady, I thought won the race, but not in this case. But yeah, I think these, I actually can't see a thing through these. So maybe I'll take them off for the next one.
I was actually wondering about that, Will, mate. Yeah, that's sort of the strangest visor that I think I've ever seen on someone driving a car. So I would suggest that might help if you took them off.
I was running the race for the first 4 seconds, so morale was high then. And then I looked up and saw that there was actually 17 laps, and then I started like shaking a little bit, and nerves got the worst of me.
Yeah. There, so. Oh, well, hey, you know, at least you came in hot, gave it a good go for that first lap, and then failed miserably. So I wish you the best of luck for the next race as we head to Daytona.
It was my first race. It was my very first race ever that I've ever had on the game, so I think that's all right. 8th place.
All right.
Hey, let's leave it there.
Yeah, all right. Good luck for the next race, all right?
Yeah, cheers.
Let's see if he does take those glasses off for the next race. Now, someone who fared much better, came in second spot, is rugby player Caleb Clark. Caleb! Oh no. Are you crying?
He's disappointed, mate.
So close.
Sarah Walker, more like Paul Walker. Holy moly! Did you see how fast she was going?
Yeah, we did. We did see how fast she was. And you should have seen her on screen too. How calm and collected and how smooth she was, mate.
Yeah, that's just not fair. But you know, before this race, a wise race car driver once told me just to go slow around the corners and come out fast.
Did that not
He
work?
must have said the same exact thing to her. She was going slower, and I had heaps of faith, and then she just took off faster. So.
Do you think that you are going to be able to catch her and do better in this next race as we head to Daytona?
That's a good question. I have Daytona down as my favorite track, let's hope the home court advantage will play its part. But you know, Willie and anyone else that she overlapped, just hit her, bro. Just hit her.
That is
it's dirty, mate.
Give us a chance. Give us a chance.
Hey,
oh my
that's
God.
very unsportsmanlike.
Nah, I'm kidding. Sarah Walker, hats off. I'm not joking. Hit her,
Nah,
please.
I feel like you're not joking.
That's an interesting strategy, mate. It's an interesting strategy. Get your other stars out there to take out the leader.
Yeah. Well, someone wiped out in the first corner, so I was like, maybe if that happened again, someone wipe her out at the same time.
Hey, it's not like rugby. It's not really a team sport.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Hey, well,
we've got to work together.
We know that Daytona is one of your favourite tracks, so we wish you the best of luck in this next race, and hopefully you can get that #1 position.
Go get him.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
All right. It's going to be interesting.
He's definitely devastated about that.
I know he is, and especially because he played it quite cool.
Yeah.
In the beginning, was like, oh, I haven't really practiced that much.
And then it was just down to, hey, why can't everyone take her out?
I know.
Yeah.
All right, shall we have a look at the track for Daytona?
Yep. Well, Daytona is obviously a real racetrack, unlike High Speed Ring, which is a GT special. The Daytona International Speedway is iconic. It is in Florida, and it is a racetrack that I've actually raced on myself.
Yeah.
And it's just famous amongst all us race car drivers. We absolutely love Daytona. NASCAR race there, sports cars race there. The very famous endurance race, the Daytona 24-hour, another amazing, iconic sports car race that happens there once a year. So it is a favourite. It's a favourite with race car drivers, and one that is a tricky racetrack because for the circuit that we're using tonight, they use part of the oval and also the internal racetrack that goes inside the oval itself. Yeah.
Is it an easier track to race than the High Speed Ring?
No. Daytona is a much more difficult racetrack.
Definitely looks like a much more difficult racetrack.
Yeah, so quite long, obviously 3.56 miles. What's that, around 6 point something kilometres, I think it is. And some very tricky corners. The one there that we see on the there on the screen at the moment is the back chicane, which is very, very fast, and you need to be very accurate on where you place the car going into the back chicane. Then you've got obviously the run round the banked oval, which everyone should find reasonably easy, but then into turn one, very, very tricky because it's a constant sort of turn on the brakes into turn one, and it tightens right at the last moment. So yeah, it's not an easy racetrack to be quick on, and you really do need to give it respect, and that's going to be a bit of a challenge, I think, for some of our celebs out there today. So if Caleb wants to win this one, he is going to have to be smooth, and he is going to have to be slow in and fast out. So big challenge, but I'm sure Sarah Walker has been practicing as well on this racetrack, so I have no doubt that she knows her way around the Daytona race course. And all 12 corners, you need to make sure that you've got them all nailed.
Oh, she's shaking her hand like she's not sure how she's going to go.
What a low rubbish. That is putting everyone into a false sense of security again. That's her game. That is her game.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure about that. Renee did much better than Porsche, so she'll have the bragging rights for the first race.
Yeah, I wonder if there's been any sort of yelling between the bedroom and the lounge about who did better on that first one. I wonder.
Yeah.
I guarantee there has been, actually.
Yeah. She had some amazing fights for that 3rd and 4th spot, so hopefully she can improve
Yeah,
on our
Shai-Fu just
next track.
getting the better of her right there at the end. There, wasn't it? He'll be pretty pumped about that too, Shai-Fu.
Yeah, I am very interested to see how they're going to do on this next track because, like you said, it is much more difficult.
Yeah, much more challenging than the first one. You're gonna have to be on your game with your controller. Here we go. So they're lined up on the grid, getting set for race 2. This one, 10 laps around the long Daytona racetrack. All the lights are on. They are away. Who's leading us out?
Racing.
So at the moment, Portia Woodman is leading us out. There's a bit of biff and barge going through the midfield. Would Sarah Walker be involved in that? Potentially. Up against the wall.
There she is. Oh.
Wow. Absolutely being hit from behind. 3, 4, 5, 6. So there you go. Turn 1, claiming, I think, 7 of the 8 or 8 of the 9 cars in the field straight away.
And Sarah Walker just out of the front, free and easy, avoiding the collision.
There you go. That's what it takes, you know. Slow in, fast out, you know. You're not going to win it on the first corner, as they say, Cara. You don't win it on the first corner. So Portia Woodman, she's just recovering at the back of the field there at the moment. On board with Guy Mansell, currently holding out that 3rd spot, last spot on the podium. And someone ahead of him, who's that? Shai-Fu, has gone wide. Now,
both spinning out on the corner.
Guy got absolutely sucked into Shai-Fu going deep into, what turn of it that is? That is turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now as they venture back onto the banked oval at Daytona, Shai-Fu made another mistake.
Good opportunity for passing as Guy looks like he's trying to come around. Is that Caleb?
Yeah, so Kings now, I think. Is he in 2nd space? Sarah Walker, though, just out front through the chicane on the back straight.
No problems at all.
No problem. Nice and smooth. Just she's just warming herself up too, and she's already got quite a lead on. So as we come around the banking, you can see how fast the 917 is around the banking here at Daytona. To complete the first lap, she has played a very, very straight bat and a strong game. Fastest lap of the race, of course, so far, because she is the first one to cross the line. And she's left everyone, although she just hit the inside barrier, so she's got a bit of a grimace on the face there because she made her first mistake of the race.
Leaving space for Kings to come up behind her.
Great camera shot there of everyone coming through turn 1. So Kings is in 2nd place. Shai-Fu currently in 3rd. Renee is holding up a 4th position from Caleb, who maybe have just taken that spot over from Renee Whitcliffe.
And Guy had such a promising start before he spun out on that corner. He's back there in 6th spot.
So on board with Kings as he goes down through the infield. Sarah Walker not far up the road. There's only 3 seconds between the two of them. So Kings has had a good 2nd lap. Sarah is struggling a little bit, making that mistake at the start of lap 2 down at turn 1. There is a battle going on here for 3rd position. Caleb Clark is in there. Renee Whitcliffe is in there too with Shai-Fu. So they are battling for that final spot on the podium as they go around the banking on the back section of the track. And this will be the challenge. What happens? Who's that in the... Whoa, someone has stopped on the track. I'm not sure who that was.
I bet it's William Waidua.
So Caleb down the inside of Renee, runs her wide up over the curbs, takes the spot, again over the grass. He did actually give us a little bit of feedback early on, didn't he, about cutting the course.
Cutting the corners. Not sure if that's legal.
Well, it depends if you get away with it or not. It depends if the stewards or the officials actually see you. So Renee Whitcliffe currently in that 5th position, coming round to complete lap 2. Across the line, it's her best lap out of the 2 so far. Now here's that tricky turn 1 I was talking about. This time she gets round. Who runs wide though? Caleb Clark runs wide. Shai-Fu runs wide. So that gives Renee back spot number 4 on the racetrack. Caleb Clark will be furious. He didn't take my advice. He didn't do the slow and fast out, as I suggested. Great line by Renee. Great line. She's going to get Shai-Fu.
Interesting that Portia Woodman now has the fastest lap. Is she going to make a run for it?
Let's hope so. There's a a fair bit of competition between her and her wife Renee. So, Shay Fu off the road. There goes Renee through to take third position. He's going to be absolutely gutted about that, because I think that's 2 laps in a row he's made the same mistake at the same corner. So, Renee, face of concentration. Absolutely looking forward at the moment, holding down that third position. She's a few seconds now, though, behind King. Sarah Walker is down the road. I'm quite sure what the lead is that she has right now. There's a car parked on the side of the track there. I don't know whose car that is, but someone's obviously got out and decided to call it quits. So clean through the chicane for Kings. You can still just see Sarah Walker up the road. 5 seconds, it says on the timing. There she is, just going through the kink there at the start-finish line to complete lap 3 and start lap 4. On board now with Sarah Walker. How does she get through turn 1 this time? Much cleaner. So she's worked that one out. The challenging Daytona road course, as we call it. So
looks like everyone's having a lot more trouble
Yeah.
with this than that high-speed ring.
She's starting to find a bit of a rhythm now, though, is Sarah. So that gap still 5 seconds over Kings, who's really lifted his game, hasn't he?
He really is trying to gun for that top spot. But I'm just not certain he's going to catch her.
Oh, I wouldn't be certain about it at all. I wouldn't be so... Oh, there's Che Fu. So Guy Mansell has had a hell of a recovery.
He has. Started the race so well. Crashed out on the corner and has fought his way back to 4th position.
Yeah, it's a good start. He's got a bit of rhythm going now, because he does look like he's got the gun sights on Renee Whitcliffe just up ahead. He's starting to pull her in, and Che Fu is going along for the ride. So the fight for the final podium position is far, far, far from over. On board now with Guy Mansell. There he is, sitting in his lounge room. And a beautiful run. I'm waiting for someone to actually collect that car that's parked there. That's going to be a hell of a crash. He's getting distracted by his wife.
Meg.
He's holding it together, though. Very, very nicely done through the back chicane at Daytona. As he focuses in, 1.07 seconds is the lead. It's fluctuating between these two, between Renee and Guy. Che Fu only 1.4 behind.
Yeah, and seeing that car in front of you as well just gives you that little bit of extra push that you need.
But this is the key. This is the key. We're into turn 1. How's he going to get into turn 1? The tricky turn 1. He's done pretty well so far as he run wide through the marbles a little bit. He gets it done. Renee's line through there was superior, though. She really did manage to hold her own down to tricky turn 5. Bit of damage on the back of Renee's car. Guy gets a good run. Che Fu's closed the gap as well. Look at that. There's nothing between these two. Nothing between them at all. The battle lines are drawn. Oh, very nice.
Looking for that opportunity to overtake.
Very nice through turn 7 for Guy. He's looking for a way past. Renee, very defensive. Has she run wide? She has.
And he's done it.
He's got the run. That's patience.
3rd spot. Yeah.
That's some patience. So great recovery. Renee now right behind Guy. There's only a few tenths of a second in it. We can see the gap right there as they come around the banking, down the back straight, avoiding that parked car. It's just a little extra challenge there, actually.
It really is. We just like to throw in a few spanners for them.
I think I would like to see someone hit that car, though.
Maybe someone at the bottom where it doesn't really matter. It'd be terrible if Sarah Walker. I would be devastated if Sarah hit it.
So, King's new fastest lap of the race, 1:38.9. So he has his eyes on that gap back to Sarah Walker. Might be coming down as Guy Mansell crosses the line to complete lap 5. On board now with Kings. I can't see Sarah Walker. There she is.
Oh, there she is.
Yep. Nicely done. Oh, yep, bit of patience there. Well done by Kings as he comes out of turn 4. Through the infield here at Daytona, there's an aeroplane taking off in the background, or landing in the background. That's pretty impressive.
Is he going to catch Sarah Walker?
No. I shouldn't say that so early. But that was, you asked the question and I answered it.
Yeah. Well, he's got 4 laps to go. Anything could happen.
We've been there before, haven't we?
Well, yes.
4 seconds, nicely done. Oh, the race between Rene Shaifu. He's with Shaifu off the track on the infield. He recovers. He looks still pretty relaxed about it.
Yeah.
If it was me, I'd be sort of probably throwing stuff by now.
Yeah, getting angry about it.
Yeah.
Which would be very understandable.
Would it? Unacceptable, but understandable.
Yeah. The anger would be understandable.
Yeah. So there he is, Shaifu on the banking, 2.4 seconds behind Rene Wycliffe, who's just taken that spot away from him a couple of corners ago. Got a beautiful looking car down the back straight.
He's definitely got a bit of damage on the back end of it, though.
I think there's a fair bit of damage on everyone's car. Back to the leader. She's got that 5-second margin as she crosses the line, completes lap 6. So only a handful left for Sarah Walker. Will she be able to take the double tonight in the celebrity race?
Yeah, and retain her legacy, of the Gran Turismo Champ of Champions.
That is some serious bragging rights that she will have, and have the opportunity to hand over $5,000 to her charity of choice as well. Doing it nice and easy, got the smile on the face. Kings has still got the fastest lap.
And he is closing that gap. I mean, not by much, but the gap is coming down. It was like 6 seconds before, and he's got it down to 4.
So the key here is for Sarah not to look at the gap, not to look behind, and just focus on the job at hand. She's got enough of a gap at the moment. Renee, she's 3 seconds now behind Guy, who has really rallied in the second race here at Daytona after a poor performance in race 1 at High Speed Ring. He'll be very disappointed with that, but on the harder layout of Daytona International, he's managing to put it together. So he should be pretty proud of that at the moment, but still time remaining. There's Kings on board as we head down to the back chicane. Tricky part of the racetrack. Nicely over the 2 apexes, a little bit of grass. Good. But he comes out the other side clean, and that gap remains 4.4 seconds to Sarah Walker, who's just got that rhythm going. We look at the lap times on the sides.
He's got her in his sights.
He does, so he's very consistent. 38s, 39, 39, 39. Very calm. He's got the elbows resting on the bench with the controller in his hands. Man, I could not drive a car like that.
I was going to say, it's quite indicative of how good they are at this game. I feel like the ones who are still Sarah, Kings, not moving their whole body, not waving their arms around, maybe that, well, boring, but maybe that's the key. She is winning.
Do we want to put it down to that? Do we want to put it down to that? Maybe I think we should put it down to the fact that she's probably been sitting on her PlayStation for the last 2 weeks doing laps. That's what I'm going to put it down to.
Yeah, I mean, that could also be a good reason.
Yeah. So Shaifu, he's up to 4th. He's taken that spot back from Renee. So did Renee make a mistake somewhere and hand it back to Shaifu? Possibly we missed it through our coverage tonight. That's much better for him through turn 7, through the infield. He's had a few dramas there so far this evening. Now, back up onto the oval, onto the banking at Daytona. Hard on the gas now, holding the throttle full on his Porsche 917. Living legend. I love this car.
It would be amazing if Porsche actually brought it out so that people could drive it.
It would be, but I don't know. I don't know if they will. On board with Renee, through the chicane. There is Shaifu, just up ahead, who's just gone wide, run wide. Here's the opportunity. Oh. She does whack into the back of him just for good measure on the way past, but these two have been in a fight for the entirety of this race so far. There's Shaifu just behind. He's not going to want to give this one up easy. Guy Mansell looks to have 3rd place in the bag if he doesn't make a mistake. 8 sort of seconds up the road from Renee right now. Down into 1. This is the tricky turn 1. Stay on the brake, slow it down. Well done, Renee. Oh, Shaifu runs wide. Goes underneath Renee and then relinquishes it again back to her. This is a battle royale for the final minor placings in this race. It is all on for pride.
Yes.
Cara, this is for pride. Oh, she runs wide.
Oh,
Chai Fu
and
gets the
he's done
opportunity.
it.
He takes it. Does he run wide? No, she's still there. You can just see Renee's car on the inside. Titanic battle for 4th position. I'm going to focus on this for a little bit longer. We're going to get on to... now that's that.
I don't know
That
if you're
is
allowed
not
to do.
sportsmanship.
I
there,
feel like
Chai
it
Fu.
was an accident, though.
I think it's all an accident at the moment. It's just one giant accident,
Yeah.
actually. You notice he didn't give it back. You know he didn't give the spot back.
He did
That's
not.
a professional foul.
Right, is it? Yes, I know that that's what you're supposed to do if you cause a crash.
Watch out for the car. Oh. So, there we go. Chai Fu just up ahead. He made a mistake here on the last lap, but gave Renee the opportunity. She's unfortunately made a mistake this time. She's on the grass and has relinquished another couple of seconds.
Only just over 3 seconds though, so she might be able to claw it back with one last lap to go.
There's Sarah Walker, our race leader, the number 96, the black Porsche 917 living legend. As there's William Wyrider. We'll have to give him a little bit more grief about getting lapped again.
He wasn't even driving on the track, he was on the grass.
It's probably part of his problem. I wonder if he's realised that the black stuff is where you need to have your car, not the green stuff. Lovely job here by Sarah Walker. She is on her way home. The final lap of this 10-lap race around the Daytona International Road Course. Stunning racetrack. They only recently had the Daytona 24-hour. That was back just over a month ago. There she is. Onto the banking for the final time. Sarah Walker with a growing lead. It has actually gone out to 8 seconds. So Kings has had a couple of issues there in the last lap or so. She fires past the car parked on the side of the racetrack there through the chicane. Beautiful line by Sarah Walker through the chicane. She takes that so clean.
She's just raced such an incredible race.
Well, she's pretty happy about herself too. Just making note of that, smiling away.
She's been smiling the whole time.
There it is on the banking for the final time. We come round to complete the last lap of the Daytona race. Oh yes, you are the champion, Sarah. She holds her title as champion celeb. There she is, another fist pump. She's pretty used to doing those fist bumps.
Oh, look, there's the person who was
there it is.
obviously her support team in the background there.
Oh, laughing it off. Look at that. There it is. A very, very happy, well-deserved winner of race 2 and race 1 of the celebrity race-off for Gran Turismo 7.
Wow. Amazing, amazing. I'm not surprised because we did say at the beginning after she had won that GT5 celebrity race-off, she was going to be the one to beat. She is a multiple world champion and she's just incredible.
There's not really much more you can say about it, really, is it? She's got bragging rights now for until we do another celebrity challenge at some stage. Fantastic job, though, by her. I mean, she is a true champion when it comes to riding her BMX bike, but also in everything else she does in life as well. So, well done to her. And I'm sure if we could be speaking to her, she would be telling us how wonderful a job she did do.
Yes.
And we would also agree with that.
Yes,
so.
hopefully we will get to chat to her very shortly. Who else do you think, deserves a mention for,
I think
for
Guy
doing
does.
quite well?
I think Guy Mansell definitely deserves a mention on that one because, as we said before, his race at High Speed Ring wasn't anything to probably be too excited about, and then he comes back with a strong performance in race 2 at Daytona to grab the second step, or third step of the podium, I should say.
I'm actually quite surprised at Caleb Clark's
performance.
Yeah.
We didn't really speak of him then. Did he been in that race?
No, we didn't really see him at all. He was so good on the high speed ring and really pushed Sarah, and disappointed that he didn't get that first place spot, and then didn't see him at all in that second race.
No, it'd be great to get some thoughts from him as well, but I doubt that they would be very good ones right now, and maybe he is now crying, lying in a pool of his own tears potentially. I'm not sure, but
how about Renee Whitcliffe though? I felt like for both races, she was just that middle of the pack, always trying to scrap it out.
She is a scrapper. She's very much a scrapper. Now she does also now have bragging rights, dare I say it, over Portia, her wife. I'd be interested to know later on how that's gone down between the two of them.
Yeah.
actually.
Hey, well, I think we've actually got Portia for a bit of a cordial, for a bit of a chat, so we can ask
There she
her,
is.
Portia, how do you feel? How do you think you went?
I'm quite proud of myself. I think I handled a few of those corners quite nicely. I must say so myself. But Renee's got bragging rights for sure.
Has there been any yelling between the two rooms? There has.
Yes, definitely.
What kind of yelling?
All I can hear is her laughing. So I'm like, what's going on? What are you laughing at?
Probably about all the crashes she's been having. But hey, I did see at one moment there, for just a couple of seconds, you did have the fastest lap. So congratulations, because that's not hard. That's not an easy thing to do on that track.
No, I'm proud of that. I was in front of Caleb for a little bit, and then just as I said I'm in front of him, I crashed. So I think it's like a commentary crash, isn't it?
Did he crash into you though? Because I mean, we were actually just talking about how Caleb didn't show up for that race, considering how good he went in the first one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he bumped into me.
Yeah, he was just trying to crash into everyone. If he couldn't win, no one was going to win.
No one can. Yeah, I think that's about right. My hand's really sore now, though.
Hey, well, congratulations. Awesome effort from you and Renee. I hope that the whare is, not too difficult for you over the next little while with Renee having bragging rights over smashing you in both races.
Oh, we'll have to deal with it in some other way. Some other race on this track, I get.
Yeah, just go for a proper, sprint race outside or something.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
All right. Thank you, Portia.
Awesome.
Well, I guess it is, not surprising that after winning the first race and the second race, our winner of the GT7 Celebrity Race-Off this evening is Sarah Walker.
Lots of claps for Sarah Walker.
Yes, congratulations, Sarah. What an epic job. No one could even touch you.
And $5,000 going to her chosen charity. So that is just awesome. So she'll be very proud of that.
That is amazing. Well, what an incredible night of racing. GT7, amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. However you were watching on Twitch or Sky Sport. From myself, Cara Rickard.
And myself, Greg Murphy.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks a lot.